Okay, so Top Gun Maverick has finally released, and I know I'm really late, so I will get into some partial spoilers about it. But first things first, I love this movie. You know, if you didn't see my other review on Top Gun, the first movie, I did not grow up with it. I didn't have any nostalgia for it. So I was kind of like really like open to be like, okay, let's see what this is all about. Let's see what this whole franchise is about. And yeah, I love this movie. So yeah, here's my review. Okay, so Top Gun Maverick is really like the story of pretty much Maverick of pretty much what, 30 plus years after the first Top Gun, and it kind of just shows you where he's at, and he's in a good place. It's not one of those stories where he's like is this bum who pretty much has lost everything and he has nothing going on for him. He's kind of like this retired guy. No, from the start of the movie you see he still got it. There's no question about that. The big thing is he's still pretty much careless. So when he gets called up for Top Gun, he's from the first movie where he was a student, he is now the teacher, and he has to train these students for this crazy mission. And from the trailers, it shows that one of the characters, Miles Teller, which great mustache, man. Like I was talking about in my other video, I really want to grow a mustache. I can't grow any facial hair, but if I can grow anything, I'll grow that mustache. That's for sure. But anyways, yeah. So Miles Teller, he is the son of Goose. You know, they call him Rooster. I think that's pretty cool. Pretty smart idea to give him that name. But of course, there's some resentment. You know, he does blame him for the death of his father, and there's other stuff that he blames him for. I'm not gonna try to get into too many spoilers, but I will get in a few spoilers probably after. So it's really does Maverick have what it takes to train these people? Is he capable of it, or is he gonna be careless and kind of just show them like these incorrect ropes, these like dirty maneuvers that he did back when he was a pilot and when he was in their shoes? And really, I gotta say, this movie blew me away. This movie is amazing. I'm definitely getting the Steelbook. I'm gonna pre-order that real quick. I love Tom Cruise. That man is crazy. I was never attached to Tom Cruise. I never had this big thing about Tom Cruise, but wow, I think he nailed it in this movie. All the side characters nailed it and this one, like I said in the first one, there really isn't much of a villain. It's really almost like a character study, like a fun character study, where it's really just about Maverick. It's about, you know, Rooster and all these other side characters. Like, do they have what it takes? And I just like how at the beginning, like I said, this is where I'm gonna get into spoilers. They're really like they're cocky. You know, they're always told, you know, they're the best of the best, but we have to make you better. And Maverick really just kicks their ass up in the air. One thing I gotta say is clearly, obviously, technology things, everything got improved when it came to like the flying and the action scenes. I think they were much more entertaining in this movie than they were in the first one. I gotta say the beginning was a little too much for me, but it was pretty much like an exact copy of the beginning of the first movie. So I think I don't know about that. I wish there was like a little few more tweaks in there to make it seem a little more original, not like they were just copying and pasting, which is what it seemed like, you know, the intro. I'm glad they put the Danger Zone song in there, but I just wish they did it in a more, I don't know, in their own way and not really just copying it exactly from the movie. But the good thing is, for the most part, that's probably the biggest thing that they copied. Of course, there was a bunch of nods towards the original, but that's bound to happen. What can I talk about? Maverick, I would say he's pretty much the same. You can tell he grew up. He's got a little more mature, but he still has a little cocky side inside of him, and I really appreciated that. You know, he hasn't really changed too much, but he's grown. You can tell he's grown. He's become a better person, but he still has a little Maverick in him, and I think it's a good way to make the character. You know, just because he's old doesn't mean he's changed that much. Rooster, Miles Teller, great actor. I think he did a phenomenal job. I really appreciate everything he did, especially that mustache. I know I'm gonna keep talking about the mustache. I really want to grow that mustache. Damn it. Anyways, so yes, I think the action scenes are better. In this one, they have this mission, this goal that they have, and I think the fact that pretty much the whole movie is training for this mission is better than what they put in the first Top Gun, because the first Top Gun, you kind of get this action scene towards the end, but I never felt like that was a big threat. You know, to me, at least to me, it didn't seem like that was a big threat. It was more about the characters, and in this one, it is still about the characters. but there's this goal, there's this purpose, there's this mission, there's these tasks that each of the new recruits, they have to accomplish. And I think they did a really good job at establishing that throughout the whole movie, to where at the end of the movie, once that like final third act, the action scene comes, you really feel it. You really feel how important that is. You really feel like what it means to each of these characters and how dangerous it is. And I really enjoyed it. Like, I was hooked. I was on the edge of my seat. There was a lot of times where I was surprised that I found myself not knowing who was going to make it out alive. Who was it, like, in danger? Like, what was going to happen? You know, were we going to get something like we got with Goose? Because, like I said in my other review, I did not expect the death of Goose. So when I was watching this movie, I was kind of like, okay, expect the unexpected. You're not sure we're going to get into, so in a way, anybody could die. You know, even Maverick, I was thinking, like, there's a possibility that Maverick could die. This is that kind of movie where they would probably kill Maverick, and, you know, if they ever decide to do, like, more sequels, then they'll probably do it about Rooster or something like that. So I was thinking, like, yes, he could possibly die. But this one, I will get into spoilers. Well, a few more spoilers than the other ones. But I gotta say, yes, the action sequences were a lot better. The character development between Maverick and Rooster, amazing. The chemistry, I think they did a really good job. It was just really fun watching them. There was a lot of comedic moments where you thought it was going to be like a serious moment, and then something happens, especially like towards the end when Rooster goes and saves Maverick, and it seems like Rooster got shot down. So Maverick goes after him and he chases him, and then once he finds him, you think he's gonna go give him like a hug and be like happy that he's okay, and then instead he just like pushes him and he's like, "What are you doing?" I thought that was like a really good moment. I enjoyed that. One thing is the character of Penny. Now, I don't think the actor did a bad job or anything like that, but there were some, you know, I don't want to say, you know, it's facts, but there were some like theories that the reason why the original love interest didn't come back is because she doesn't look that good now, you know, like 30 plus years later. And if that's true, and they didn't hire the actor back just because she looks old, I think that's really messed up. I can't really put that against the movie because I have to judge the movie for the movie itself, but just the fact that that's a possibility and that might be true, and honestly I wouldn't disagree with that. Like, if somebody told me that, I probably would believe it, because that just seems like a Hollywood thing to do, where like the woman has to look attractive, especially if you're like putting her, like, whatever woman that is, next to Tom Cruise, who obviously clearly he hasn't aged much, so he still looks good for his age compared to how he looked back then. I think that's messed up. I think that's rude, and I think that's why they created the whole new, like, Penny character, his new love interest. Well, they didn't really create her because they talked about her in the first Top Gun, but why they brought her instead of the old, I think that's messed up. If it's true, I hope it's not, but I wouldn't. I do believe there's a small chance that it is true. Besides that, judging the movie for itself, I enjoyed it. It surprised the hell out of me. You know, with all these great reviews that were coming out, I knew this movie was going to be something, and it delivered and everything. I think, is it better than the first one? I'd say they're both just as good. In my opinion, I think they're both just as good. I'd have to rewatch them again a few more times. Clearly, I've only seen each of them once, both in the same day. Really, that was pretty cool. It's I'd say it's a really good, like, back-to-back, like, double feature to watch. But better than the first one, I don't know. Action scenes definitely better. Characters, I don't know. Obviously, we got Maverick, but, you know, Goose. Damn, Goose was a good character. And Iceman. Spoiler: Val Kilmer. There were a few tears that came out of me of how they decided to go with Val Kilmer's his condition now, and how they played that into the movie. Yeah, like, there were a few tears because I was like, are they going to show it, or is he just going to show it through the text messages that you get throughout the, you know, like the beginning of the movie of the Iceman character, because of Val Kilmer. And then when they really show him and he's just, you know, texting, I mean, he's talking to him through the computer, and then he speaks to Maverick. Those few words, I was like, damn, this is a great way to really bring back Iceman, because clearly you can bring back Iceman. You know, Val Kilmer, besides that, you know, he's doing good. I wasn't expecting a death scene. Well, I was expecting, like, okay, so who's gonna make it? But I didn't think they were gonna go back to Iceman. You know, once I thought it was just like a fun cameo. You know, this almost like, you know, love letter to the first movie, bringing back Val Kilmer, and then, you know, when he died in the movie, like, damn, it led to this whole like chain of events as to like Maverick going like downhill. But I love how they brought back Val Kilmer for that scene. And I think it was just a very, in my opinion at least, a very respectful way, a sad way, to bring back as many old characters as you can. But yes, highly recommend this movie. I would say it's only second to The Batman for like greatest movie this year. And I would say the only reason I'd say that is because I'm a huge Batman fan, so pretty much it's almost impossible to beat The Batman. I love this movie. Easily second place. It's clearly breaking records, so I would say go watch it, but you probably already have, especially if you're a fan of the first one. But yes, I still have the ranking video. It takes a while to rank all these characters, I'm not gonna lie. I've been getting kind of, you know, lazy, but I will have that video out at some point. This is my review of Top Gun Maverick. I loved it. If they ever plan to do a sequel, I would like to see where they go. Maybe something with Rooster. But besides that, thanks for watching.